Hey Sienna, it is time for an April 2024 market real estate update. It's been a while, let's get into it. All right, Sienna, it has been quite the year already. Wanted to give you a market update. Here's how I'm gonna do it, by the way. If you haven't done so, take a minute, subscribe, like our channel. Try to do one of these at least once a month, if not one a quarter. I guess it's the other way around, one a quarter at least, and if not, once a month. But I feel like it's due time. What I'm gonna do in this is I'm gonna hit the key highlights at the beginning, and then I'm gonna dive into the details after, and then I'll give you some bonus stats to help you out. Whether you're thinking of buying or selling, doesn't matter. Just wanna make sure you understand what's going on in the Sienna real estate market update here. Now, as of course, they are continuing to build and build and build in the back. We've seen some right off of Sienna Parkway, right across from Bees Creek. That development should be done probably by the end of the year, I would assume. But here are the key stats I wanted to give you. All right, so got to pull out my numbers here. If we're looking at how long is it taking you to actually sell your home in Sienna, the average time is up a little bit. It's gone from 39 days on average to 41. By the way, I'm taking out new construction because sometimes that could take a long time, and I'm just gonna take it out of this whole, all these numbers together because it's such a different category. Although it does affect your home when you're trying to sell it. When it comes to the stats and stuff, it's done so differently. I'll explain how it compares a little bit later, but there we go. All right, average day to sell is 39 to 41, up 7%. Average sales price has actually dropped from 589 to 508. So that's down quite a bit. More so, the average sales price of what's selling, and there's a lot fewer homes that are above that 750K price point, which are keeping that number down. It doesn't mean your price has decreased, your home price has decreased that amount. It just means that the average selling price in Sienna has dropped, if that makes sense. And then lastly, there are 96 resale homes on the market compared to 73, so it's up 31%. That's probably the biggest number we've got so far. And also homes sold is this year, so far there have been 61. Last year there were 78, so we're down 21% in the amount of homes that are selling. Also from a new construction standpoint, there are 88 of the 188 homes that are for sale right now are new construction, ranging from $400,000 at $1,650 a square feet to 1.1 million would get you, from a new construction house, 5,600 square foot home. All right, now we're gonna dive in kind of more of a detailed analysis of what does all of that mean. So let's start with how long it's taken to sell. It's up 7%. Home prices under 500K are moving much faster, while homes priced above 750K are taking about 70 days to sell. And when we see more buyers enter the market, you're gonna see this number come down. So if you are thinking of selling, that's kind of the time you would think if that's the average it would take you to sell your home. But I can give you some key points to really help you lower that amount, because there is a direct correlation between how long it takes you to sell your home and to that final sales price you're gonna get. So for instance, if your home has been on the market, if you're able to sell it, get under contract in under 7 days, you're getting 99.6% of that list price in which you list it at. If it's taking over between 30 days to 60 days to sell, you're looking at only getting actually 95% of your list price. Again, why it's so important to market it correctly, to list it at the right price, is because the longer it sits, because if it takes over 180 days to sell, 6 months, you're looking at only getting about 92% of your list price. So that's on a $500,000 home, that's 40K you're losing because it's sitting on the market. You're probably asking, Ryan, why is there this big sales price drop? So from the data I see, to me, it's really about home affordability. And if you were to look at let's just say you put in a $600,000 house right now into a mortgage calculator, and with the amount of property taxes increases, the amount of insurance has increased, and then adding in that rate being at 6.5% to 7%, you're looking at $5,000 a month for a $600,000 house. Whereas rewind back in 2021, we had 3% interest rate for a 30-year fix, you're only looking about $3,500 a month. And then, you know, our wages and salaries keeping up with that amount probably not to that degree, and therefore home affordability is more difficult and therefore less buyers at those higher price points. But the reality is that we still in Houston in general have a very strong buyer's market. I mean, I think the numbers came out last year, 118,000 new jobs were given in Houston. All these people are moving in, they need homes. The buyer demand is very high, but the home availability is not. And also home affordability has also gotten very difficult, even more difficult than it's ever been in history. So that's probably why those higher price points have a more difficult time selling, which is bringing that price down. Another question, Ryan, increase in homes on the market. Why are so many coming to the market? Well, there's a lot of variables for all of these, but from my data, from the data I'm looking at, the analysis I've done, I would say a couple things. Number one is that homeowners are seeing the prices still holding and continuing to rise across the country. If you look at this stat, here, they're even projecting for 2024 for prices to continue even 3-4% more than they were this past year. So that being said, homeowners are wanting to take advantage of that. This neighborhood was built in the late 90s, and a lot of those people their kids are out, and now they need to downgrade. They've gone through high school, they're off to college, they need to downgrade. We're seeing that a lot with the clients we work with. And so in doing so, more homes are coming to the market for that reason. I mean, Sienna in general is a healthy real estate market because the turnover rate always kind of hovers around 8-9%, which is great. As they continue to build, that number still holds to be true. I think one of the biggest reasons that more homes are on the market is that I think in general, most people have realized we're not going back to the 2, 3, 4% interest rates for quite a while. Great thing is you see this stat, Fannie Mae is suggesting that by the end of Q4, we could be at 5.8% in that 30-year fixed. And there's plenty of data out there that shows once we get below 6%, we should have a lot more buyers entering the market, which then will keep our sales prices up and hopefully we'll have enough inventory. But that's probably why we're seeing so many people in the market is homeowners probably getting comfortable going, hey, the rates probably aren't going to change. If we want to make a move, it's probably time to make the move. All right, where is the market going? What are we seeing it do? I really think it comes down to all about interest rates. I mean, as soon as we see them drop in the fives, as I said, so anywhere in the fives probably, it's suggested that we're going to see a very, very high buyer demand. When that happens, more of that supply, that inventory will get eaten up, purely supply and demand. Less homes would be on the market, meaning more competition between buyers. More buyers are entering the market. It's going to keep our prices up, and most likely that's going to happen as the year goes on. The feds have already announced, supposedly, and I feel like this has changed a couple times, but there's going to be 3 rate cuts. As that happens, lenders are going to get more comfortable lowering their rates as well. So that's kind of what I would suggest. Overall, Sienna has been very healthy for years, and we continue to see prices increase. Our property taxes have followed suit, as well as insurance, but it's been a great place to live, not having to deal with city traffic, be in the burbs, great schools, all the wonderful things. I'm sure for those of you that are maybe even new into Sienna, some of the stuff you've not been able to see, the different ways the neighborhood's appreciated and the different amenities that have grown. I mean, obviously traffic seems to be one of the biggest issues and trying to figure out how to work around that. A couple statistics for you though that are bonus with that is that resale between the front and the back, there's just a very small difference between the front and the back. The front's actually winning right now. It used to not be the case, but maybe with the traffic getting more intense, that might be the reason. New construction right now is averaging about $191 a square foot. Cheapest one you can get right now is a 1,650 square foot house at $400,000. Take out the builder incentives they might give you for that, but that's where it's at. Up to the highest new construction home, 1.2 million at 5,600 square foot. All those actually have pretty small lots, even comparatively to the resale homes that we have here. I mean, some of our resale homes, even in the $600,000-700,000 category, have just almost even double size of those lots. Other bonus stats is the resale average right now is at 185 a square foot, which in 2021 was at 161 a square foot. So it's gone up pretty well. Homes with pools have actually seen a 28% increase in their selling price since 2021, whereas homes without pools have only seen about a 9% increase. If you're a buyer, I would really try to get into the buying, if you're looking to buy in Sienna, as soon as possible. If rates get low, we're gonna see a ton of buyer demand. And if that happens, you as a buyer are gonna have more competition. So right now, why not lock a price in on a good price and not have to deal with as much competition where it's going to drive the price, that would be my suggestion to you. If you're a seller, the one common thing that I would say that I see, and I would say most good realtors here in Sienna would agree, if your home is not in turnkey, it is not going to do as well in the market as someone who is by far. Buyers are picky. They want the home as renovated, upgraded, modernized as much as possible because they don't want to take and put their cash into the home after they purchase it. They want to put everything into the loan. And what we've seen is they're willing to pay a premium for that in price if it's completely renovated. And I know a lot of home sellers are like, well, they might not like my style, they might not like my colors, they might not like the way I would upgrade it or modernize it. Well, that's why you want to call a great realtor to help you figure that out. We'd love to help you. I'd love to help you. All in all, that is your real estate market update for Sienna for April 2024. If you have a specific question that I can answer, if you want to know the value of your home, feel free to contact us here at these numbers, this website for your home valuation. I'll be glad to give you any insight that I can customized to your home. And if you want to know what your home's value is today, if you're put on the market, whether you're doing it today or 3 years, I'll be glad to offer that as well. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Ryan Real Estate.